Boom, welcome back to the channel. I have been training for the Battersea Park Marathon. Sounds exciting. It is the run through Battersea Park Marathon this Saturday. And oh, here we go. We've been marathon training again. So I'm gonna quickly, this video is more of about not so much the training, how it's been. It's been fine. It's been marathon training, you know, it's up and down, roller coasters, roundabouts, all the rest, but it's more about the shoes that I've been using to get this training done. I've got a select pair of shoes, a few pairs of shoes that I've been using for this training block, and I thought I'd talk about them because they're not all new, so you might be able to go and get them cheaper, and you might think, yes, these are the shoes for me. So, boom, I'll start with my everydays. Boom, I've been using the Brooks Glycerin 22s. As you can tell, they look pretty battered because these have been my everyday slow, gentle run shoe. Mad cushioning. Look at the sole on that. What's the depth? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but they are super comfy. And yeah, they're just great for those long, kind of arduous runs sometimes where you want to get the miles in and you just need to get it done. So these are the Glycerin 22s. I'm guessing it's the 22nd version of these shoes. But yeah, pretty decent for that kind of stuff. They are not a speed thing in any way. Even trying to do strides in them is just a bit, it's not the way, it's not the shoe you want for that. But I would say they've done me very well on some long runs. I think I've taken them up to around 26k. Decent for that, and you should be able to get them quite relatively cheap on the market. I'll put some prices up in the graphics, let's call it. And yeah, Glycerin 22s, Brooks, very decent, done me well. And this is what the bottoms look like after the mileage I put into them. I've done a lot in these. This back part actually started to die real early under here, but it's only on one foot. But I guess that's my left foot, and I must come down harder on my left. Either way, probably not the best sign there, but they felt fine. I've used them a lot. They're doing well. Great workhorse shoe. Speaking of a workhorse shoe, they were my longer running, comfy shoes, recovery run, if that even exists, recovery run shoes. These, on the other hand, my New Balance Rebel V5s, they are awesome. This has probably been my favorite everyday shoe for a long time. I do like a New Balance. Did my first marathon in a New Balance. I think it was the 1080s V12, something like that. Either way, these are the Rebels V5. Very nice. I actually prefer these to the, what are they called? SC Elites V5s. So that's the racing shoe. This is the training shoe. Yes, I've used both. I've been using these repeatedly. These are lovely. The best thing about these are an everyday trainer, but the best thing is you can get speeds in them as well. So when you want to do some strides or anything like that, it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. Like if I try to do strides in these, it's just a long day. Don't bother. But these, yeah, the strides, you can go and do strides. You can do a bit of speed work. You can do longer miles, longer mileage. These shoes have been a fantastic workhorse. These are actually a workhorse because you can do everything in them. So I'd happily take these into a race as well. Not that I'm going to, but these have been fantastic. These are probably the newest shoes I will show in this video because these just came out, but they are amazing, and I will continue to use these for a little while longer, I believe. Yeah, good grip underneath. They haven't worn away, and I've put in some serious mileage. I've got actually, my left foot likes to clap the ground a lot harder, but yes, these shoes are fantastic. Probably my favorite everyday trainer at the moment. Right, when I want to pick speeds up a bit, this is what I've been using. I've been using the Saucony Endorphin speeds. What number are you? I think these are the Endorphin Speed 5s. Remember, not a shoe reviewer, just telling you what I've been using. All the facts and that, you can find that on the company's website. But yes, these have been great for little speed work. I have done a couple of races in these. They are the Endorphin Speed 5s. Look, if you read, Michael, you might actually get the answer you want. These have been great. I've been using these for the speed work, tempo sessions as well. So they've been great for that. They're very, very comfy, to be honest, as well. And I don't mind just walking around in them after I've done the session. A lot of the time with speed shoes or carbon shoes, I always just get them off as soon as I finish that session because they're just annoying my feet. But these super light, super zippy. I've done races in them, but I've preferred using a carbon shoe for the races because I feel there's a bit more ping. Maybe that's all mental, could be. These are great for that. They've been good for speedy stuff. And I've got all of that training in these, to be fair. And I've put them through a bit of mileage. Let's see how they've handled. A little bit better than the rest, to be fair. The grip is still there. And I'd say these have been used since the summer. So for about 4 months, I've been putting these through their paces. Yeah, great shoe. It's not carbon, it's like some plastic plate in there. I'm not really too sure what they put in there, to be honest. Shoe facts. Go and holler at my boy Aubrey. He will tell you everything about shoe facts. I'll just tell you that these have been good for speed. And yeah, they've got me through. Endorphin Speed 5s. These are actually kind of new to the market as well, so they might cost a little bit more than the rest of them old boys that I showed you. Well, I've only showed you one, but yeah, decent. Right, so I would say my favorite shoe of this training block is one that I kind of brought back. So I used these in the London Marathon 2025, so this year, back in April. These are the Altra Vanish Carbon 2. Shoe names are such a mouthful, bro. The Altra Vanish Carbon 2. So they actually look kind of sick, I think, and I love that. There's an orange colorway as well. These shoes are... Here's the thing about these shoes. They're a carbon racer. I will say they don't give me the ping that I like from my other carbon shoes. I'll show you later on because I'll show you the ones that I'm racing this marathon in. But these are, you can get a little bit more speed on your longer runs. So what I've done with these shoes and what they've been fantastic at in this training block, I've taken these for all of my long runs where there's like sprint sections or speed sections or where I'm trying to get marathon pace. So I did them on my 30K, I used them on my 26, I think I just did my 30, I think it was 36K I just done. This training is ruining my brain. But yeah, took them out. The most comfortable carbon shoe you will ever use. I put hands down. I don't know what I can sign to say that's how I feel. That is how I feel. I've also got little things that my girls made me for my marathon. One says carry the boats, and the other, don't know if you can see it. We'll find out later on when I look at the video. It says keep going, Dad. Yeah, these are the most comfortable carbon shoe I've ever used, and I will continue to use as well. They're just mad spacious. I think all Ultra shoes, Ultra shoes have that crazy space in the toe box. So you're not a single blister will be got on your toes from this. Mad comfy, quite a low drop, as they say. But most Ultra trainers are like that as well. So yeah, it is a bit closer to the floor. You won't have as much cushioning, I'd say. But these are just super comfy. And yes, I've used these in races. Speed wise, I would say if you want to go for a like really aggressive shoe, this isn't the one for you. If you do want to be a bit more chilled, but you still want the ability to ping off, if that even makes sense, these are a fantastic choice. Like I said, I've put these through some serious miles. Let's check how they're surviving. Yeah, really decent, you know. They are a carbon shoe, and I've done, I think in this training block alone, I've done probably maybe 150K in these. Not to mention the marathon I did before that and the half marathon I did before that. So these have lasted a little while. They still feel great to run in. And when I run and I want comfort, but I want the ability to be able to, you know, give it a little something, this is what I go to. Yes, low to the ground, flat. What's it called? Pretty much hardly any drop in there. So if you're not used to it, you will feel it in your calves. You will feel it in your baby cows. They will ache if you're not used to 0 drop shoe or a 1 centimeter drop or whatever you call it. But yeah, definitely beware of that. But apart from that, I think these have been my favorite workhorse of this training block. The Altra Vanish Carbon 2s. Boom, going on to the shoe I'll be racing in for this marathon. So I've had a toss up here. I've had to make a choice. I'm not too sure. I am sure, I know what I'm gonna use, but a close second favorite, the Asics Metaspeed, what is it? Were these Paris? Yeah, I think these are the Paris ones. Metaspeeds, either way, these shoes, I doubted them. And I brought them up in my last video about shoes because I just didn't like the way the heel looks battered, but clearly all of my shoes are like that on the left foot. So what am I doing when I'm running? I just must be smacking the ground. But either way, yeah, the right one looks all right. Yeah, these have been great. I've got a couple of PBs in these. I think I've got my 10K PB definitely. And what else? Did I do my 5 in these? Maybe. Either way, these are a fantastic shoe. I've not used them in any race longer than a half marathon. And I'm not, because this Battersea Marathon is strictly for going for it, I'm not gonna use these. I'm gonna go somewhere I've been before, and I know they're tried and tested for the distance in terms of comfort. I don't know how I'd feel in these. Everyone raves on about these, I know they do. They are fantastic shoes, but these won't be the race shoes I'll be using for Battersea Park. Battersea Park is going to see. I still got to run through bloody thing on there. My Saucony, my Saucony Endorphin Elites. These are still my favorite shoe to date. My favorite trainer to date. This is what I'm going to be running the marathon in. These have had, I think these got a couple of marathons in. Still in good nick. Yep, they haven't rubbed away completely. Light as anything. And these trainers make me feel 6 foot. Well, they make me look 6'2", and that is fantastic. You know, hold tight, short kings. But yeah, these are my favorite trainers of all time. And this is what I'm going to be using for the Battersea Marathon. Yes, carbon plated. Yes, speedy, super speedy. Listen, I know I'm not the fastest man in the world, but these definitely give me an advantage when it comes to going for it. And I definitely think these will be the ones that get me that PB on race day. I used these in Amsterdam Marathon. No stress on my feet. My feet were fine. The only thing that wasn't fine in Amsterdam Marathon was the cramping. But that's because I was terrible at hydration. There you go. And I didn't train for that race at all. So hopefully the cramps won't come as often in Battersea. Yes, these are the race day shoes. Boom. These are V1. I know V2 is out now. So you could probably get these a lot cheaper as well. Hopefully I'll put up some prices on the screen as I go. Boom. So that is the rotation I've been using for my Battersea Park Marathon training run through UK this Saturday. So I've got 2 days to go. I better go and eat some carbs. Hopefully I'll see you there. If you're there, please do record. I need footage. I'm not carrying my camera for this one, which is random. I know, I always have a camera and people are like, where's your GoPro, Mike? I'm not using it. So yeah, I'll just be running, trying to get in the zone, lock in, as they say. My current PB is 3:51. Anything above that is an absolute win. That's what we're going for. So yes, Saturday run through UK Battersea Park. If you're there, film me, holler at me, shout, high fives. I need all the support in the world, and I'll be going for that marathon. So let's get it happening. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe, comment, And yeah, I don't know what else to say at the end of this. Out of breath, talking too much. Peace.